Well, welcome everyone to our first Training Tuesday of the new year. We're really excited that you were able to join us today for our Tilt-Up Applications webinar. I am Heidi Reese with the Dayton Superior Simons Marketing Training Department. Before we get started, let's go over a couple of meeting items like we normally do. So just want to let you know that everybody who has joined has been muted so that there aren't any disruptions, dogs barking, that kind of thing behind the scenes. And just know that you can use the Zoom chat functionality anytime you want to make a comment or a question. And at the very end, we'll have a mini question and answer session, and I'll read those for you and we'll get them answered. So, and in addition, before I forget, this presentation is being recorded so that you can check it out later, re-listen to it if there's something that you missed as you're listening right now, or to even just get it to someone who might benefit from it. Okay, so today's Training Tuesday is presenting the Tilt-Up applications and how the Tilt organization can assist in your business product and engineering needs. And today with us to go over this is Chuck Hoke. So Chuck has been in the construction industry for over 49 years, with 20 of those as a dealer for accessories, forming, and chemical products. So pretty much everything. 29 of those years have been with Dayton Superior, which is completely awesome. And Chuck has worked as a product manager as well as other types of tasks and positions around the company. And currently, he is our national training manager. So his business and civil engineering degree helps contribute a lot to that role. And he is here to share his knowledge through the most current training for the Tilt. So Chuck, if you want to go ahead and take it away and tell us about this presentation, that'd be great.
All right, well, thank you, Heidi. And Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome on, and just a little bit of trivia here. There is a 90-degree swing, temperature-wise, in Dayton, Ohio today, from last week to this week.
No kidding.
With wind chill.
We're wearing shorts and tank tops at the moment.
Exactly. So with that being said, let's get started. We're going to talk today, obviously, about Tilt-Up, Tilt-Up Applications 101, and the history around Tilt-Up. Dayton has been in the Tilt-Up industry for about 60 years. Typically, they're one of the key members of the TCA, one of the actually original founding companies with the TCA for the Tilt-Up Concrete Association. Acquired industry-leading technologies such as AccuBrace and TILT-WERKS in the 2000s. Both of those were actually Robert Aiken Awards for innovation. There's over 220 plus years of combined experience in doing Tilt-Up. And obviously, Dayton Superior launched Superior Tilt team back in 2021, which basically couples our industry-leading knowledge with our products into a single source, basically to spearhead the Tilt-Up market. With focusing on Tilt-Up, TILT-WERKS Superior Tilt basically is a single source solution. Direct connection nationwide for the engineering network. Project estimation. Lift and brace engineering package all put together. Engineered solutions. Market-focused business segment, providing, bundled solutions to the customer with accessories and chemicals, and then field services also in there. A Tilt-Up design process. Now, typically when you're talking design process, the initial project flow has always been, architect to the structural engineer, to the contractor, to the fabricator, and to the material provider. But this is a linear progression, and typically all of these, as the project flows right to left, it also can then resort back to left to right with changes, etc. So it is a linear process within this system that we have in the marketplace. Tasks are dependent upon the previous stakeholder. Typically, any changes done by the structural engineer, obviously, would then run through the contractor through the fabricator, material provider. Then the material provider would say, hey, we got to make these changes. So as you can see, the flow actually is both left to right and right to left. Estimation. Typically, one of the most difficult components is starting out in tilt-up is how to do a takeoff. When I teach my classes, I usually tell everybody lifting panels is easy. Making sure I have all the equipment there, all the right equipment, and everything else, what I need for that job is the hard part. So starting off with estimation. Obviously, we got to make sure we want to make your bids be accurate and construct and concise. So we at Dayton Superior, we actually have a couple of different estimation packages we can go with. We have our estimation package, which runs through our engineering group. That is a billable charge for that. But we also have on our website a tilt-up estimating program that you can actually log into, do a quick, more basic quotation for inserts, anchors, braces, lifting hardware, shim packs will be included, bond breaker, etc. Those are actually available at any time. And the nice thing about this is this system is online, so it's available anywhere. Engineering. Every project that we run through typically does the pre-engineered design calls with the contractor. These calls can basically include specifics and or the requirements of the job, lead times, and where any hiccups may occur to help basically reduce any RFIs. Our Superior Tilt team also has 280 years of experience, so they're not a bunch of newbies out there. Our guys have been in this industry quite a while. They understand the tilt market and the industry, and we have in-house professional engineers, basically 10 of them right now, covering all 50, covering the 50 states. Lifting and bracing submittals can be completed in AutoCAD. More versatility and options for the customers. What we're looking at is based on what braces may be owned, what lifting hardware may be available, or lifting inserts are available, as they could possibly change, because we've all heard the supply chain issues throughout the years. Dayton Superior works very diligently trying to reduce any holdups for our tilt-up products coming in, our tilt-up inserts. Multi-level quality control process for engineering submittals. I've been in this business a long time, and I can tell you right now, at Dayton Superior, we typically check every every shipment that comes in for quality and correct specifications within the product. Efficient yet safe designs. Most of our designs that we come through, you will see that most of them are all pretty standard, but yes, right to the point on how to get the product lifted. Basically, we run the team like an engineering firm, not just a material provider. We're going to do what's right for the contractor in the end to make things life easier for him and better and more cost effective for him on his project. So we provide what we like to call engineered solutions. We got product support outside the business hours for product issues. If you call with an issue at any given point, one of the design guys from Superior Tilt will return a call or email back to you. We also have TSRs available in the region that can actually do job site calls and help with any additional information that may be required. One of the biggest things you're going to see, and as I said earlier, lifting panels is easy. The engineering is probably the part of the business that actually has changed the most. TILT-WERKS software, probably the most up-to-date, ensuring positive reflection on all codes and publications are being followed, and basically provides maximum brace loads of every job based off what brace you decided to use, whether you are renting braces or you own your own braces. Provide the information necessary for the customer to help utilize other manufacturers' braces. That is something that we can also fill into our database as far as what braces you may have. They may not be Dayton Superiors, they may be another competitor's brace, but their load rating may be a little bit different than what we claim on our braces. So those have been all the features of TILT-WERKS. So let's talk about some of the benefits. We talked about every facet of the business, whether you're a design architect, structural engineer, contractor, fabricator, material provider. TILT-WERKS offers a solution to each and every process here. For the designer, it helps them aid in the design of the package to put a building out for collecting bids. Structural engineer for help for designing the project. Contractor, estimating. The fabricator, obviously fabricating the rebar package, which we can also put as part of a benefit with TILT-WERKS. And then obviously the material provider providing all that information all rolled up into one. Increasing efficiency, reducing lead time, revision of costs, especially if there's a change order that comes through. Change orders, one of the biggest things I find that this system here is remarkable in reducing is the downtime. When a change order comes in, typically you can go right for, especially if all the parties are using TILT-WERKS, all of a sudden the change order comes in, it goes right back to the design engineer or the structural engineer. And at that point, they make those changes right there. And as soon as they make those changes, they can come right back to the contractor, you know, within hours if we can put everything on schedule for everybody. Some of the other products that you're going to see that we also offer within Dayton Superior is obviously Superior Plate Dowel. Plate dowel is basically a two-component system consisting of a plastic sleeve and a steel plate. Basically, this is for load transfer devices, allowing in concrete joints to allow concrete slabs to actually transfer the load across the joint from slab to slab. Typically, we can recommend it for joints up to 0.20 inches wide. Can be used in concrete slabs as joints, floors, or flat work. Typically, a lot of these these dowel plate systems typically have replaced what we would use. We used to use the smooth round dowels for. Other items here, chemicals. Bond breaker, Surelift, J6WB, and MaxiTilt, dissipating cures. Bond breaker as the cure. We have a clear cure resin, allowed to dry 3 to 4 days, basically, and then continue on with your bond breaker. Surelift, J6D, dissipating cure, bond breaker as the cure. It does meet C309 in a hard steel trowel finish floor. And then we also have our SureLift J6L VOC, exempt solvent-based bond breaker, dissipate and cure. Typically, you're seeing this product. This is one of the new products coming out here, and it uses a exempt solvent material that basically flashes off prior to, just before, right as the application occurs. You get an initial flash of that material evaporating off on it. Densifier, compatibility with tilt-up. We see more and more floors going with a densified surface treatment. Typically, your PentraHard system is a lithium-based concrete hardener. Can be applied typically right after final finishing. As soon as the bleed water comes off of the slab, you apply the PentraHard. The bleed water comes back up, so the surface re-wets. Once that dries off again, you then apply your cure coat and then bond breaker. Application of the PentraHard basically is with a low pressure sprayer. Typically we see more low pressure sprayers than we do hand pump sprays, primarily because of the size of the slabs that we're talking about. Basically, if you get pools or puddles of any of the material, you can basically take a small soft bristle brush and broom it out, or you can use a microfiber pad. Cure is basically cure as specification. So once the material is actually done bleeding off the surface of the concrete, you would apply your cure or bond breaker as your cure, and then continue on from there with your bond breaker as your bond breaker. Lifting components. So all the lifting components we have the T110H Generation 2 plastic chairs. In lieu of these steel cage that we used to have, this eliminates the worry about when it gets knocked over or having any rust stains on the surface of the concrete. We also have our T6B, which is the all-in-one coil bolt and for brace anchor in one. And then obviously our Bearcat bolts, both single-use and multi-cast use for post-applied application. We also have our Superior PBA panel base anchor, 10,000-pound panel anchor to footing connection. Typically that is a specified product within the project. Bracing. As the market progresses here, we're seeing more and more contractors and dealers also own their own braces. So we have to basically look at, we can brace and use TILT-WERKS. Putting that information in TILT-WERKS at the beginning will actually then calculate using what braces you have available, whether it be the contractor or the distributor. The cast in place or post installed anchors. Sometimes whether you're going to be bracing to deadman, the slab, a helical ground anchor, etc., can also be put into that situation. Panels braced inside or outside of the project. Typically project-based braced to the inside will have bracing to the floor slab. Outside is typically going to be done with a helical ground anchor or deadman. And we're going to brace for maximum wind speed bracing based on location. Dayton Superior was an integral part in revising TCA's version 18.1 of the wind guidelines, which went into effect about 5 years ago. Braces that are available. Let me take that back a second there, get a little happy with my finger. Bracing here, there's a plethora of braces here. Everything from a 5 foot to 8 foot brace to a 62-foot brace. And we're looking at, capacities of everything from about 2,000 pounds there, about up to 19,000 pounds. Safe working load, ultimate working load. So with bracing having a 1.5 to 1, you have to apply that to a 1.5 to 1 safety factor for all of these ultimate loads. But what you're looking at here is the braces that you're seeing available here. If you look at the center of that chart, somewhere between the B12s to the B16s, 15s, those are the workhorses of the industry in today's marketplace for a lot of these big box stores that we're seeing, warehouses going up. We have a tendency to see that these braces are still being used quite a bit, but that doesn't mean that we don't see a lot of the B8s, B9s, B0. And one of the things too you're going to see is that the Dayton Superior is also in the process of rechanging all of their names on their braces so that they are actually relevant. The brace is actually relevant, name is relevant to the size. We have helical ground anchors and extensions available with installation available. Services that support you, basically a building model, panel shop drawings, lifting engineering, bracing engineering. And all of these components here are available in basically CAD, Revit, and BIM. We can also do placement drawings for rebar and instantaneous takeoffs and estimates. Obviously, changes that are made, we can actually also get instantaneous changes per panel based off of any of the changes that are made. Design software, total package, from engineering all the way up to installation of inserts, anchors, helical ground anchors, etc. Incorporates all dimensional products, engineering elements for a complete project, including rebar takeoffs, reveals, etc. All can be done through TILT-WERKS. Shortens building time frame. This will actually accelerate all of the products here with rebar drawings, placement, shop drawings, and lifting and bracing engineering. Features and benefits. Basically available in CAD, Revit, and BIM. Full material quantity summary project estimates can be basically used to help define costs for full customization. 3D modeling and paper dowel capabilities. Quickly generate a 3D model for the general contractor, architect, or a building owner. Training opportunities. We have our 101 training, which is about a 1 to 2 hour long class session. Typically can be done virtually or in person. Typically covers sales support, engineering, braces, rental, all of the AccuBrace, and any dedicated tilt-up customer service team questions that may come up. We can also include a hands-on brace and lifting clutch inspection process. Typically, you're seeing this as a lot of times for a refresher for a lot of companies going through it. Our 201 training program is held in person or virtually. Typically, this is a full day training. It's an in-person from nuts to bolts. It covers everything from the beginning, from tilt-up design, all the way through to installing the packages and any coatings and painting of the panels. Typically, we do, like I said, we do this one in person. We have been doing some virtually. This also is required to actually purchase materials for tilt-up, as we only certify self-certified tilt-up or authorized tilt-up distributors. 301 training. Obviously, this one here is our top of the line ACI TCA certification in a partnership that we have with ACI TCA. Much more in depth, appropriate for tilt-up contractor, but has great information for distributors. At this point, you will get a certificate for TCA author of certification within this class. Basically, we had 40 of our salespeople and management team last year, which has proven to be a great asset. This class here, we see every year is growing. The requirements are becoming just so when you walk out onto the job, if you have this in your portfolio, it actually plays a key factor. Superior Tilt the team. For estimation, they can be reached at tiltupestimate@DaytonSuperior.com. For engineering, we can go to tiltup@DaytonSuperior.com. Sales, we can go to SuperiorTilt@DaytonSuperior.com. And obviously, field installation services. Once the questions are in here, they are actually fielded by a member of our Superior Tilt team and actually forwarded to the appropriate services requirement, the head for each department. Resources. Tilt-up estimation tool. Makes life easier getting braces, lifting inserts, etc. for your project. The engineering page within the DaytonSuperior.com. The TILT-WERKS page, www.tiltworks.org. Sign up for a free trial of TILT-WERKS. You can get a 30-day free trial. Play with it for a little bit. It just will not print out any jobs for you, but allow you to actually get a feel for the projects and how they actually are done within TILT-WERKS. Product system packages, whether or not the helical ground anchor system will work with the bracing, etc. Those are all package system pages, how everything works together. Full technical data sheets available online. Brochures, success stories, and obviously the Dayton Superior Handbook is available for everyone. With that, I'd like to say thank you for your time. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact our Superior Tilt team at one of the websites that was given earlier, or 407-859-4541, or always feel free to contact me or Heidi at training@DaytonSuperior.com.
Since you didn't say my name, you have to take all the work.
Okay.
Excuse me, I'm just kidding, everyone. So, hey, I wanted to let you know, I hope you guys saw the email that already went out today, but a lot of the products that Chuck just told us about for the Tilt is on Superior Deal of the Month this month. So, starting today, because this was our first work day, the plate dowel systems, as well as the Bearcats, as well as the T6B coil brace anchors, and finally, the J6D Surelift Bond Breaker. All of those are on special this month for the Superior Deal of the Month. We are trying to do that based off of the World of Concrete coming up in the next 2 weeks. It will be a full month-long deal, so it's starting today and ends at the end of this month. So contact your sales representative or customer service to take advantage of that. You guys have seen and heard this little bit, and let me say this, any questions you have like for the presentation today, please go ahead and put them in the chat functionality as I'm sitting here chatting with you, and I will get those read, and Chuck and I can answer them for you. But getting back to what I was about to say is, you know, we've looked at this from a who is Dayton Superior, and we've seen who Dayton Superior is from a tilt-up bundled solution, you know, leading provider of engineered solutions. And that's great that you know that for Tilt, but we have Training Tuesdays every Tuesday to tell you about all of our other various products with different industry people and the support staff here at Dayton Superior. We do chemical accessories. Forming wasn't really addressed in this topic, so just wanted to let you know about that. Are there any questions? All right, well, to let you guys know again, we are recording this, so we'll get that out there for you if you want to take advantage of looking over it again. I hope that with your off week last week, you found the 4 ones that were the most exciting ones of 2022. I can't believe we're in 2023 now. Yeah. But yeah, we'll try to do that a little more often. I'm pulling data to see who likes what and get those out there for you guys to review. If there's any other topic that you would like us to do for Training Tuesday, please feel free to get in contact with us at training@DaytonSuperior.com. As Chuck said, he's the only one who's going to be working on that email. No, I'm kidding. No, but it'd be great if you guys know of something you want, let us know. Okay, well, last chance for questions. If your company needs more information or more training, please contact us at training@DaytonSuperior.com. If you would like to do a TILT-WERKS Lunch and Learn for the people that are certified for certain TILT products, Shane Walters will be more than willing to do that, but you can email us I can get him in contact with you. And if there's no questions, I'll leave it at that. And thank you, Chuck, for doing this awesomeness today. And thank you all for coming and listening. So everyone have a great Tuesday. See you next time.
Have a good one, everyone.